All right, a little game of what happens first on this Thursday edition of PFTPM. Reminder, we've got Eric DeCosta coming up in about 15 minutes or so. What happens first? Three of the quarterbacks taken in round one last Thursday night. Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones. Who starts first?
I think it's Trey Lance. And it's funny because there are arguments to be made for all three of those guys, but I feel like with Trey Lance, he'll probably start first, A, because he was picked first, B, because the 49ers had to give up so much to go get him, and then also because you've got a QB that would be in front of him in Jimmy Garoppolo that's scheduled to make about $25 million. Most of that is not guaranteed. So even though Jed York is saying, yeah, we're willing to pay that, and if Trey Lance doesn't start for another couple of years, we're okay with that, I don't know how much I believe that. I just feel like there's going to be either internal, external pressure, whatever it is, to see Trey Lance to show that they got it right. And I think Trey Lance will start first of those guys.
I agree with you, and I feel like the heart of the 49ers try to convince us that they really would keep Jimmy Garoppolo for 2 years and make a $50 million investment, i.e. the money that they will pay Garoppolo, in allowing Lance to develop after you gave up all that to go get him. I just don't see it happening. Now, I think I'm going to agree with you and say Lance. I thought about Fields, but remember when they did this 4 years ago with Trubisky and Mike Glennon was the starter, Glennon actually did start the first 4 games, but I think there's a good chance Justin Fields is the week 1 starter because they gave up a lot to move up to get Justin Fields, and if Fields can't beat out Andy Dalton, what the hell were you doing giving up all that to go get him? The one guy that I don't think will start week 1 is Mac Jones. I think it'll be Cam Newton. Barring some sort of an injury, I think Mac Jones will be on the bench. All right, Sam Darnold in Carolina or Zach Wilson, his replacement in New York, wins a division title. What happens first?
I would say Zach Wilson, mainly because I'm not sure that Sam Darnold is going to be a starting quarterback after this year. And who knows where he's going to be, because it might not be in Carolina. Look, I think Carolina is really on this huge quest to get a franchise quarterback. And we don't know if Sam Darnold's going to be that guy. He certainly could be, but I think it's worth noting that he still had the worst passer rating among the 35 qualified passers out of the entire league. Okay, so that's worse than Carson Wentz and Drew Lock and Cam Newton and all these guys that we said were not good passers. Nick Mullins is even on that list. So I just feel like by virtue of elimination of Sam Darnold, it's probably going to be Zach Wilson, but that division obviously is very tough, Mike.
I think you make a good point. And Sam Darnold is only going to win a division, most likely, in 2022 if the team that he signs to serve as a backup wins the division, because Panthers, Buccaneers, Saints, Falcons, going to be a hard time, even if the Panthers are better than they were last year. So Zach Wilson, we know, is going to have multiple opportunities with the Jets, although who knows, maybe at the end of the day it'll only be 3, just like it was for Sam Darnold. All right, what happens first? Tom Brady retires or Aaron Rodgers retires?
I love this question because, if you had asked me this a year ago, I would have said obviously Tom Brady. But now, man, I don't know. I probably think that it will be Tom Brady, but at this point, I'm not playing past 50 past Tom Brady. I don't know what he's gonna do. He just seems to defy all logic and all sense of father time. So you know what? I'm gonna go weird, and I'm just gonna say Aaron Rodgers. Why not?
I still think it's going to be Brady, and I think at some point Father Time is going to whack him over the head with that giant hourglass of his. It's inevitable, and I think it's going to happen before Aaron Rodgers calls it quits. And I could see Aaron Rodgers playing deeper into his 40s than he otherwise would have if he ends up with another team, just to continue to stick it to the Packers. And Rodgers is, 6 years younger? So just that fact alone makes me think that Rodgers will outlast Brady and that Brady will retire first.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.